Hi all, I'm just getting myself a cup of coffee. So I've got another couple of hours this afternoon free to follow on from yesterday. Right, there's a fitted the wheels to the chassis and crank pins, they just screw in as everybody knows. I prefer the plain crank pins, but and you can see, I hope, the chassis is absolutely, I'm very pleased with it. It's spot on a sheet of glass like that. If all 6 wheels turn, you can be pretty certain, you know, it's, well, to use a word I would say perfect, but one doesn't like to. So just going to run it under power just to check for any tight spots. The coupling rods are just, I use scissors. I read on the website some people think it was a good idea. I've always used them without any problems. I find it you're far less likely to distort things by using scissors and fatiguing the parts off than any other method. And they just sweat together. I've done one. So we'll just, oh, need some glasses on. The wife's horrible cheap glasses again. Well, I'll not to ruin my good ones. So, all I do, again, we just, I've got some solder out. I have, but I'll just clean that, I think. There we go. Oh, by the way, for cleaning up solder on nickel, silver or brass, again there'll be howls of horror. I find the best way is to use sandpaper, which doesn't mark the brass or nickel silver, but gets rid of any excess solder. I just use sandpaper. So there we are, another tip some people might like to explore. Right, where were we? Oh, the solder. Yeah, that's clean. Right, so I just hold it in my hand, bear the pain. Now because we're OO and the chassis is rigid, there's no vertical movement on the axles, so I, for the life of me, can't see any point in splitting the coupling rods. Some people say you should, but I can't see any reason to do it. Oh, by the way, before I fitted the wheels, I took down the flanges on the outside of the bearings just to give some side play, especially to the back wheel there. The front wheel, I don't know how much side play I can afford yet until the cylinders and crossheads are on, so I'm going to leave that well alone. So, I need to make sure that's pretty much in line. Tack. Can't see that. Now this, I need some new solder. That won't do. I shall chuck that out. Just sweat those together. like so. Do a bit there, then do the other end. Making sure they're nicely aligned. Mine's dirty. Should have cleaned it. Drop my solder. It's going to be one of those days. Oh dear, dear, dear. Right. Again, I'm not going to clean up yet. I might just take that embarrassing lump off. Right. A little, I don't know what you call it, taper ring, I don't know, brooch. Just to make sure we've got... I happen to know on this brooch, or whatever you call it, where I like to go in order to get the whole crank pin holes the right side up. Like a little bit of play, but you know, obviously you don't want them slopping all over the place. I'll fill that up on that side. Oh, by the way, this motor, I had to ring high level this morning. This motor's just not going to work. I didn't realise it seems to have a round firebox, and there's just no way that's ever going to fit at all. I'm never going to get that in. Nah. So I've ordered a new Roadrunner Plus with actually a 1024, because the nice guy at high level, I never realised, and here's something not everybody knows, is the 10mm machiners, because they're skew wound, are more powerful than the 12mm, and I've always used 12mm. Right, how are we going to keep them? The plain crank pin holes, I did have a bit of elastic band or something like that. There it is. Put a little hole in it somehow. Let's see if this will work. Probably won't. It's just temporary, just to see if we can make sure we've got no tight spots. If you get tight spots, you've got two choices. You can either dismantle the whole chassis and start again, basically, or redo the bearing that's causing it, or you can just open up the holes in the coupling rods until it runs freely. It takes your money, it pays your money, or you don't, you make your own choice on that one, but you never know. Of course, assume it's all alright, I've got to take the wheels out, put the brakes in. They're all too dull to video, I think brakes and making up the cylinder. There's this cylinder bracket, and that just folds up, and there's some white metal parts. What I'll do is in this particular case I'll solder in the slide bars, but then I think I'll just glue in the white metal fittings, if you know what I mean. Rather than having to tin everything and make a mess. Right, those of a nervous disposition may wish to look away in a minute. Tighten up the grub screw on the final gear. What should we, how should we run it? So, we know it's nice and square, but now we're just checking for tight spots. I can smell something horrible. Ugh, it's that burning. Right. Power supply. Nothing at all. It's going to be okay, isn't it? Well, I think. I'm not going to run it in. I'm just really just looking for tight spots. I don't think there are any, are there? No, that'll do me. That'll do me just fine. So, I mean, that's basically the chassis all set up. And I can get on. I'm going to wait for the high level gearbox now. I don't think he. I think he only packs on a Thursday, so I'm probably not going to be able to do a lot more. I could do, but I probably won't do a lot more until Friday, and then I've got the weekend. Put those in there. Those in there. Remove the wheels. Those who aren't, well, I'm sure everybody's familiar with its wheels, but I mean, they're just fantastic. But they've got stainless steel axles now.